In a dramatic turn of events, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and his wife Casey, once seen as a formidable force in the Republican Party, now find themselves facing mounting political turmoil. A year after his presidential ambitions collapsed, DeSantis is struggling to maintain control over his political future, not just in the national spotlight, but right at home, in Florida. What was once a partnership, heralded as a powerhouse in Florida politics, is now on shaky ground. DeSantis, once a dominant figure in the Sunshine State, is now clashing with fellow Republicans who have turned on him, stymieing his legislative agenda and leaving him frustrated. At the same time, his wife, Casey, who had built a profile as a political force in her own right, is facing increasing resistance as she lays the groundwork for a potential bid to succeed her husband as governor. But the DeSantis' troubles don't end there. A funding controversy involving one of Casey's signature initiatives, the state assistance program known as Hope Florida, has cast a dark cloud over the governor's legacy and complicated her own political ambitions. A probe by Florida lawmakers uncovered a questionable $10 million donation tied to a Medicaid settlement, which was funneled through the Hope Florida Foundation and eventually directed to political groups opposing the legalization of recreational marijuana in the state. As the controversy unfolded, Republican lawmakers, not Democrats, have led the charge, questioning the legality of the money's movement and even raising concerns about possible fraud. Despite the DeSantis' insistence that everything was above board, the controversy has added fuel to the fire, with critics suggesting that the actions might have been illegal. To make matters worse, some of the money ultimately ended up in the pockets of committees tied to the governor's political future, further fueling accusations of corruption. The once loyal political allies who supported Ron DeSantis are now backing away, and even potential donors are fleeing. The DeSantises find themselves isolated, with few willing to take the plunge and sign up for another campaign with them. A Republican operative, once close to the governor, shared their frustrations. These days, I can't tell the difference between being their friend and their enemy, even as they fight to defend their work. The DeSantises are privately lobbying to keep President Trump's influence out of Florida's Republican primary. But their attempts appear to be falling short. Trump's allies are seizing on the controversy, and prominent figures like Roger Stone and Matt Gaetz have amplified the scandal, signaling that the DeSantis' control over Florida's Republican Party may be slipping away. The Hope Florida program itself, launched by Casey DeSantis in 2021, was intended to help people transition off government assistance by connecting them with faith-based and community resources. While it started as a well-regarded initiative, it now finds itself at the center of the scandal. The $10 million donation that flowed into the program is now under intense scrutiny, and the ties between the DeSantis political orbit and the foundation are raising red flags. The DeSantises have denied any wrongdoing, but the growing chorus of critics suggests that their political future in Florida may be in jeopardy. As this scandal unfolds, it serves as a stark reminder of the shifting dynamics within the Republican Party in Florida. Once a seemingly invincible political duo, Ron and Casey DeSantis are now fighting to defend their legacy, not just from their political enemies, but from within their own ranks. In a state where they once ruled with unchallenged authority, their grip is slipping, and only time will tell if they can reclaim their power, or if the DeSantis era in Florida has come to an end. Stay tuned for more updates on this story and to get the latest news on politics, entertainment, and everything in between. Subscribe to our channel.